කියලා ඉවරයක් කරන්න බැරි තරම් නිෂ්පාදන පෙළක්. කියස් නිෂ්පාදන අරිම මිලට හොඳම තත්ත්වයෙන්.
The longest stretch of the Southern Expressway is between Gallingama and Dodangoda. That stretch of the expressway spans 21 kilometers. The 21-kilometer distance is a huge inconvenience to the residents of the area since they have to travel a vast distance to access an entrance to the highway. This issue was created by a single leader during our time in power. I humbly accept that fact. He set up the highway entrance at a location close to his residence.
Southern Expressway ke
2 highway interchanges and entrances not included in the initial plan have been constructed other than what was revealed. One of them is the Kapuduwa interchange, which is 5 kilometers away from Godagama Matara. This interchange was also constructed due to political interference. The Kapuduwa interchange was set up to only enter and exit Colombo. A certain someone named Ranavaka was involved in this matter. The other is the Badigama interchange, which is 6 kilometers away from Beliatta. The cost to construct one interchange is over 1 billion rupees. You know that there is only one rest area for the entire Southern Expressway. Rajapakshas have leased out that rest area for 99 years at a sum of only 10,000 rupees per year. Previously, interchanges were constructed to ease their commute back home. Billions of rupees have been wasted in that endeavour. This proposal was presented to amend the Stamp Duty Special Provisions Act No. 12 of 2006. This act has not been amended since 2006. One might think that these measures are taken up in a bid to pass down the burden of filling state coffers onto the citizens of Sri Lanka. That is not our intention. The stamp duty will only be charged against immovable property. The money generated through the stamp duty will be provided to provincial councils instead of the central government. Through this disbursement, the provincial councils will be able to fund their projects on one hand, while on the other, the expenditure on the part of the central government will decrease. There are a few more gazette notifications to consider. The Extraordinary Gazette Notification number 2434/12, dated April 25th, issued in accordance with the Imports and Exports Control Regulations number 4 of 2025, and Extraordinary Gazette Notification number 2435/2, dated May 25th, issued under the Imports and Exports Control Regulations number 5 of 2025. There are 4 main objectives of these gazettes. These gazettes allow the import of casino equipment to registered institutions and will assist in promoting tourism. These imports will be strictly regulated specifically under several HS codes. These imports were banned previously due to the economic crisis under the Casino Business Regulation Act No. 17 of 2010. Additionally, this gazette would also allow the import of electronic scooters that was also prohibited temporarily. Furthermore, this gazette would also allow the import of electric scooters in addition to scooters fitted with internal combustion engines.
simplified VAT එක.
A decision taken by the government recently regarding the SVAT has impacted a number of industries. The government is trying to remove the SVAT and impose taxes on exporters as usual. This is not a positive decision for our exporters. Exporters bring in a massive amount of dollars to the country. If our exports stumble, it will cause a serious repercussion to the government, the public and everyone in Sri Lanka. So I urge the government to not amend the SVAT. Let the existing procedure remain in place. When MP Harshana presented the proposal, he stated that the government's intention is to update these acts and not to burden the citizens. But the previous NPP never supported any of the reforms proposed, which were crucial to rebuild the country. They bashed the IMF while we were negotiating with them. They criticized the IMF in every possible way. I recently went to meet Geeta Gopinath, the Deputy Managing Director of the IMF, to discuss how the country has been rebuilt since 2022 and the future measures that should be implemented. The President also attended the meeting. He spoke of the IMF with a lot of praise. But back then they opposed essential reforms. They completely opposed the Central Bank Independence Act. They opposed that act, claiming that the central bank should be under the management of the government. That was your position. They stated that the central bank should not be independent. How then can the incumbent government praise the Central Bank Act now? They opposed a number of acts we passed in Parliament, including the Public Finance Act, the Debt Management Act and the Economic Reforms Act. The members of the government complained to the Supreme Court that the Economic Reforms Act is unconstitutional. The government vehemently opposed this act back in the day. But what has happened now? I saw the President praising the Finance Secretary Mahinda Sirivardhana at his retirement ceremony. They threatened to jail him previously. They criticized him a lot. Not just the president, many others did it too. But they don't say that anymore. Back then, they opposed deals between parties, forming coalitions with minor parties and allying with the corrupt. If you believe that in principle, you should stand by it.